On this edition of the House of Wellness, I come to the rescue of those panicky last-minute shoppers with our Christmas gift guide.
We have tips for anyone considering the looming deadline of quitting smoking for the new year.
It's definitely time. I'm getting older now.
And great advice on how to love the skin you're in.
So join us for a Christmas Eve edition and enjoy summer just that little bit more.
Let's all get well, stay well, live well and look fabulous. Right here in the House of Wellness. Hello everybody, welcome to the House of Wellness as we look back over the year's top stories and look forward to tomorrow.
Yes!
It's Christmas Eve. Are we all excited?
Yeah! My beautiful Willow is bursting out of her skin, which is, now is the time I'm saying go to bed or Santa won't come. It begins now.
Oh, our house is absolutely buzzing at Christmas time. Emily is so excited. And I know I'm not a kid, but I'm super excited. I think it's the best day of the year.
Yeah.
However, I know what, I've got a couple of hours to go because I've still got some presents I need to buy.
Crikey, lady.
Wow, just two. I've just got to get two.
I know the panic. This time last year, my then 6-year-old said, I forgot a couple of things I wanted to put on Santa's list. And I went, no, you after the fact, no. Oh, and someone had to help Santa out with that list, so that was a stress. Don't you worry, we'll sort it out. And a little later on in the show, I've actually got a really good guide to those last-minute gift ideas, and I'll look after
well done,
you. Gerald, you have just had the most relaxed lead up to Christmas of any human.
So
thanks to the wifey.
It just happens for me. It's just no drama.
Yeah, okay, you
You're
just
very
chill out
fortunate.
I'm lucky.
there. Joe, you kick it off for us for this show.
Well, one of the issues about health and wellness that has always fascinated me is just how many myths surround the subject.
Yeah.
So earlier this year, I set out to bust some of those myths. You know when you get sick or your child's sick or you have any kind of medical problem whatsoever, there's always those really useful people standing by to offer their advice. You know, those old wives' tales like you can catch a cold from sitting in a draft, or you rub butter on a burn, or you slap a cold steak on a black eye. But is there any truth in those old remedies? Well, today we're visiting the House of Wellness family of medical experts to sort out fact from fiction. There are so many myths about nutrition, and advice on what we eat has changed dramatically in just the last 10 years. So to explore a few food-related furfies, I'm catching up with House of Wellness dietitian Susie Burrell.
Well, without a doubt, the number one myth is that eggs are bad for you and that eggs increase blood cholesterol levels. Eggs are a fantastic whole food, they're packed full of nutrition, and just because they contain cholesterol like all animal foods, it doesn't mean that it will increase blood cholesterol. So it's perfectly safe to eat 2 eggs per day without any adverse effects on blood pressure or cholesterol, and they're a very healthy food. The other most common question I'm asked is whether people should cut out their carbohydrates. So their bread, rice, cereal, pasta, their fruit. Now, the truth is that natural carbohydrates that are found in dairy and fruit are the body's primary source of fuel. These are the ones the body runs best on, and it's just about how much you have at what time.
And for those who don't mind the occasional midnight snack, there seems to be some truth in the myth that late-night eating can contribute to weight gain.
The time of day that you consume your calories is important. Now, it used to be thought that it didn't matter. It was a balance of calories in versus calories out. But what we now know is that the body's programmed on a circadian rhythm. So calories we consume in the second half of the day, and particularly in the evening hours when we should be sleeping, are more likely to lead to weight gain because of the hormonal effects where we're storing in the nighttime, and also naturally we're less active and not burning those calories off.
Fair enough. So circadian rhythms are important, and that relates to sleep. Now, if there's one thing I dearly miss being a mum, it's a cheeky nana nap every now and then. But is it good for me? Well, our sleep guru, Mark Levi, has a few insights. Is it okay to have a nap in the afternoon?
It tends to be a flag that something's wrong. You know, why do you need that nap in the afternoon? It can be a flag for like, are you breathing properly at night? Are you getting enough sleep at night? What's happening at night? Are you in bed long enough at night? Are you watching TV all night?
There is an optimal length for a nap, but I don't know what that is.
30 minutes max-ish is sort of the ideal nap, because if you sleep longer than that, Joe, you're into some deep sleep. When you actually wake up, you've just disturbed yourself from the middle of this. You know, you're going to wake up really disorientated. So if you're really having a nap, it should be a really short, sharp, crisp power nap. Sleeping 5 hours, that's a myth. Can we just say that's a myth? Can we both agree that's a myth?
Okay.
People think they can, but, you know, the body really, you're taxing that body really, really, really badly. If you're sleeping 5 hours, do you know you're 300 times more likely to have a car accident?
OK, back to some slightly less confronting medical mythology. You may be relieved to know if you swallow gum, it won't stay in your system for 7 years, as is often thought. It'll simply pass through your system in good time. Which made me ponder, what about digestion myths? Naturopath David Javan has some answers.
A lot of people really drink a lot of fluids with their meals, and I've got a bit of an issue with this because the process of digestion starts in your mouth, right? And the idea is to actually masticate your food into a paste so it goes to your stomach and the enzymes work on it. So what happens is when you drink fluids, water, alcohol, whatever, with your meals, you actually dilute the enzymes and acids that are secreted to help to digest that food in the first place.
So what is the right way to chew your food?
Ideally, we say between 15 and 30 times, and just avoid fluids half an hour either side of it.
Alrighty then. So, to masticate or chew, you need healthy teeth, right? I'm going to visit dentist Luke Cronin to see what's true about dental health.
The biggest myth, I think, is that apples are good for your teeth.
Are they not?
No, apples have got a lot of sugar in them. Fruit is actually put out there as something that's good for you, but in many ways it's not. There's a lot of sugar in apples.
Okay.
You're looking at 3 or 4 teaspoons.
3 or 4 teaspoons in one apple?
Yes.
And any other myths?
That whitening damages your enamel. Whitening whitens the inside part of your teeth, not the outside like a lot of people think. The enamel on your teeth is translucent, and it's the inside part that has the colour. So it whitens the inside, and then the teeth looks lighter.
Well, we've had a great day separating fact from fiction. And for me, as far as old wives' tales go, well, the best advice my nana ever gave me was always leave the house in clean underwear in case you get hit by a bus. For everything else, I'm going to the medical experts. I do like being proven right. Okay? So I have always maintained that eggs have to be good for you, but for a long time people were unsure about that. Yeah. How great to know they are.
Or you keep a pair of knickers in the glove box of the car.
Oh, what? There you go.
In case, if you've got children, it's a precaution.
Back to eggs. Eggs are good for us.
Eggs are definitely good for you. We know they're full of protein. They're a whole food, like Susie said. But it's also that, you know, they're just a powerhouse of good nutrition.
Brain food.
And they're so easy. I love a boiled egg in my fridge. I can just snack on.
What about the napping? You were a powerhouse napper.
Loved having a power nap. 20 minutes before training. It would just refresh me, get me ready to go. And what was he saying? It's not allowed.
Well, he was unsure. His point was if you're needing to nap, you need to address your lifestyle, which I think is probably true. But yeah, if you want a power nap,
people
sleep no more than 30 minutes, and I'm mad for a power nap.
So no power naps tomorrow for everybody?
Well, there are some very tired parents tomorrow. I know that.
And the kids will not be able to get to sleep tonight. Everyone all round will be tired and emotional. Anyway, we've got more great advice coming up. Stay with us. We're going to take a short break and plenty more to come on this special Christmas Eve edition of the House of Wellness. Santa's coming. Up next, last-minute Christmas gift ideas for the loved ones in your life.
And later, James investigates why people still struggle to quit smoking.
The great news is, if you're ready to give up smoking, there are plenty of ways to go about it.
Plenty of Christmas cheer to come here on the House of Wellness. Welcome back. Now, there are 2 words used on this day every year that either fill you with joy or strike fear into your very soul.
Oh, yes, free champagne. It can make you very happy, but it can also end very badly.
Well, that's quite true, but not exactly what I was thinking.
I know where this is going.
Thank you.
Those 2 words, Christmas Eve.
Exactly. Thank you, Bianca.
That's brilliant if you are all prepared, but you've only got a couple of hours left, so it's not so good.
And Philip has done everything for you, so you're
Well, I'm hoping so.
Look, if this is you panicking, don't worry. I prepared a last-minute gift guide to save you bacon.
Phew.
As guys, we're kind of known for leaving things to the last moment, and we like to do things quickly and simply, especially when it comes to shopping. So if you're a little like that, a little like me, I've got a couple of quick ideas that'll make things nice and easy just in time before Santa gets here. Do you know, I reckon a gift pack is a great idea in time for Christmas, and this can cover guys or girls, and L'Oreal has got you sorted. Now, whether your mates are part woolly mammoth, this could be a great Christmas gift idea. You got the beard, face and hair wash there, the oil for the beard, and a beard comb. They're going to look fantastic. If you like to shave in the morning, fellas, this is a good one for you, the wake-up kit. And if you've got sensitive friends, like I do, with sensitive skin, the soothing kit from L'Oreal is a great option as well. That's the best gel going around. And here's a great option for the ladies in your life that'll look like you put a lot of thought into your gift selection. This is the great one, the Revitalift from L'Oreal. It's got the Pro Retinol and the Fibrelastol in it as well. You're going to love this as a present under the tree. Hey, how's the last minute shopping coming along?
Oh, I'm struggling.
What have you got so far?
I have found this, though.
Ah, the Omron blood pressure monitor. Now, this is good because it has the Bluetooth connectivity, connects to the app so you can monitor heart rate and tension and so on and track your progress. What have you got in mind for this?
Oh, I'm thinking maybe Dad.
Right, if you've got a buddy or a brother who gets a little bit too excited during the festive season, why not make your own gift pack, but a wellness one? So, you're going to need Baroccas, right? Plenty of different flavour options, rehydration come New Year's Day, right? There's orange, there's mango, there's, a liver support option from Boost. So that's clever. And also a little bit funny. Now, multivitamins there, and also the Wagner range. Plenty of those available too. Can't go past a men's multi. I mean, have a look at the selection. Last minute shopping.
That's right.
What's tougher, shopping for yourself or friends and family this time of year?
I reckon Christmas is difficult for shopping for family, so I'd go for myself.
Great tip. Gift packs. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, mate.
Oh, and for the girls, here's another option. Another gift box set here. This is a great idea. You've got the Love Your Skin range from Sukin, original hydrating mist toners, facial moisturisers and foaming cleansers, all beautifully gift boxed. I mean, still wrap it, but it's probably good enough to go under the tree as it is. Now, you'll probably say you got that friend who's hard to buy for and you don't know what to get, but I got the perfect solution, the perfect gift card. You decide how much you want to spend, give it to them, and let them come back to any store around Australia and pick out the gift they really love. So while I've been in store, I picked up gifts for all the team, starting with Jo, the nice Oral-B Genius toothbrush. For her daughter, the Lip Smackers. There you go, Willow. Bianca's going to love the candles as well. For Zoe's little boy, we got the Beach Bucket Kit. For Zoe herself, the Rose Gold Vaporizer. And for husband Benji, the Diesel Bad as well. Zoe Bingley-Pullin, the Arkin Facial Skincare. And for Gerald Quigley, the nose trimmer. There we go. All the shopping done, dusted. One hit doesn't get any easier. Happy Christmas, guys. Now, you didn't see any of those because I'm going to wrap them.
Oh, right. That is really awkward.
I can't wait.
You're going to look really surprised when I give them to you, OK? And there's only a few hours left to get the last of your shopping done. Don't panic. Head to your nearest chemist warehouse so you can get sorted.
Yeah, question. Are you a gift card person or do you like to think more about the specificity of that gift?
Like options. I like options. Like, why rule out one when another is also...
Yeah, I don't mind a gift card. I like receiving gift cards.
Yeah.
OK, duly noted.
Look, I hope we've helped you out there with any last-minute gift ideas. I'll be wrapping yours and presenting them a little bit later on in the play. And please look grateful.
Yes,
you
we will.
guys.
Always grateful.
OK, remember the spirit of Christmas. Some of us actually went out and did our own shopping. Lots more to come here on the House of Wellness Christmas Eve edition after this break. When we return, learning to love your skin from the inside out.
And later, one of the great health mysteries of our time, why do people still smoke?
We're looking back at our favourite stories from 2018 here on the House of Wellness. Welcome back to the House of Wellness and our look back at our favourite stories from 2018. Now, modern living and particularly Living in our cities can be hell for our health and well-being.
Yes, because when you think about it, there's the stress of traffic jams and crowded living spaces. There's fast food everywhere. And, of course, social media reaches into every aspect of our lives. So that knocks around our minds and sometimes our waistlines. And I think we forget another vital part of our anatomy, Zoe.
Yeah, we certainly do, and it's our skin. You've got to remember that we punish our skin with air conditioning, pollution, chemicals, sunlight, and so much more. So we really do need to learn to love our skin.
Our skin is the biggest organ of our body and probably the most fascinating. The story of our lives can be shown on our skin, where we come from, our age, the type of lifestyle we lead, and it can even protect us from toxins. Now, in Australia, we're pretty smart when it comes to protecting our skin from the sun, but I want to learn what else we can do to help to keep our skin healthy.
Our skin is a big deal. It regulates our body temperature, it's critical to our immune defence, it produces vitamin D, and our skin determines how we sense the world we live in. But with more than 3,000 known skin disorders, and many of us wanting healthier, clearer, glowing skin, no other organ demands as much attention and concern. And according to Olé principal scientist David Koo, our skin is a supreme protector.
Our skin is actually exquisitely designed. It's designed to protect you against the environment, of course. The cells of your skin are arranged like bricks in a brick wall, and they're sealed by lipids. Together, they provide this excellent barrier against the environment. In our modern lifestyle, skin's defenses become overwhelmed, so they could use a little bit more help, and that's where the active ingredients in skincare come in.
Skincare rituals have existed for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptian women used soaps made of clay and olive oil to cleanse and nourish their skin. And to this day, the quality of our skin is still linked to our sense of health, wellness and beauty. However, in the 21st century, our environmental pollution and our modern lifestyles affecting the health of our skin. Many people only start focusing on it once there is a problem. According to researchers at Monash University, Australian women are ageing up to 20 years faster than European or Northern American women because of their exposure to high levels of UV radiation. As a result, a really important part of our skin health is hydration, or the amount of water in our skin.
Your skin needs hydration simply to function well. There are enzymes in your skin that cannot function without water. These enzymes are, for example, responsible for the renewal of your skin.
This is professional lifeguard Juliana King. Her lifestyle involves hours and hours of exposure to the sun every day, so her skin endures lots of punishment.
I mean, you're setting up pretty early in the morning. Most shifts during summertime start at 6 and finish at 7 in the evening, so, you know, that's 13 hours of sunshine and salt air and wind.
So do you use any moisturisers?
No, I don't. You know, I wash my face in the morning and the evenings, and my biggest thing is just scrubbing it enough to get the zinc off that I wear each day.
To see how harsh Juliana's lifestyle has been on her skin, we visited the Pitt Street Cosmetic Clinic. This Visier machine tests UV damage, skin texture and other skin health factors, and gives you a score compared to other people of the same age and ethnicity. Dr. Miju Kim explains Juliana's results.
Yeah, so the overall result shows that Juliana's got quite a lot of sun damage for her age. In terms of her texture and pores, she's lost a lot of elastin in the skin, and also that could reflect dehydration in the skin from being constantly in salt water. For example, she scored 9% in her UV spots, which means she's in the lower 9% of people of her age and her ethnicity.
While we all love the lifestyle our sunburnt country allows us, research shows that by the time most of us are 25, we've already experienced long-term sun damage. Juliana, for instance, has been a lifesaver since she was 18 years old. So rehydrating her skin will be a key part of repairing any damage she experienced. Now, moisturisers come in many forms, but one thing is certain. To repair skin damage and leave it feeling healthier, the top layer of our skin needs to contain at least 10% of water. So it's essential to use a moisturiser that works its way deep into our skin. A recent innovation is this infuser tool developed by Olay. By massaging this specially designed formula into her face with the magnetic applicator, Juliana's damaged skin is said to be rejuvenating its foundations, up to 10 layers of skin deep.
I feel like it's making a difference, and I feel like my pore size is looking smaller.
Juliana has 2 weeks before her next skin test. So the key to any kind of change will be consistency and routine.
So, I mean, for the time being, my skin feels lovely, but I guess time will tell to see if there is a true result or not.
After 14 days of taking much more care of her skin than ever before, Juliana's second skin examination reveals some excellent results.
We have seen some positive improvements in the wrinkles, textures and pores. Yeah. From 4% to 13%. So if you keep on using those products, you would see further improvements. Hydrate from the surface, but also drink lots of water to hydrate from within.
That was a really kind of positive result. There's definitely some tricks that I can use now to really kind of enhance my skin and just kind of keep it where it is rather than, you know, it deteriorating through more sun damage.
So you can see, if you look after your skin, naturally your skin will obviously look after you.
Yeah, good point.
Now, there's so much we can do to our skin. What's your skin regime look like? Because yours is beautiful and glowing.
Well, I had chronic eczema as a child, so for me it's really simple. I do a very clear, clean, hydrating cleanse, and then I find that I'll just use a very simple toner as well, but it's all about high moisturisation and diet for me. That's the winner for me, obviously.
And lots of water, obviously.
Lots and lots of water.
GQ, can I ask you, as we get older, I feel like, as I've aged, my skin tends to look redder and sometimes it feels sort of thinner.
Yes.
Does that happen?
Yes, it does, Jo. And the capillaries age a little. They become to get fragile. And that happens often because when we were kids, we were in the sun all the time. There was really no such thing as sunscreen. But there are anti-reddening, moisturising and cleansing products out there which are very effective. They come from France and they're very effective.
Ah, ooh la la.
Don't forget, with these summer months, everyone about to start their Christmas holidays as well. Block out,
Yes.
as we learned a couple of weeks ago. You need to get your skin checked, etc.
And hydrate.
And we men could do a little bit better, couldn't we?
Yeah, it's
with
not
our
just a
skin?
cosmetic thing.
No.
Men got to look after their skin.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Ed.
We'll keep on you. There's plenty more to come to. We might take a quick break and be back with more, our special Christmas Eve edition of the House of Wellness after this. Including our investigation into why it's so hard to quit smoking.
You can try something that has worked for many, many people out there, hypnosis.
But when we return, nutritious to delicious delivers again. Loads of mummy yumminess in our expectant mum nutrient bowl.
Great advice and great ideas here on the House of Wellness. Welcome back to the House of Wellness. It's our summer series. Now, as we know, it's Christmas Eve and the panic isn't over yet. It means New Year's Eve is only a week away. Sorry.
And that means lots of people are getting ready to make their New Year's resolutions. Has anyone come up with one yet?
Yeah, I'm going to meditate more.
Okay, that's a great one. Do you know what one of the most common ones is to quit smoking?
Of course it is. And while many people will quit successfully, others will fail and find themselves still addicted to nicotine as the new year rolls by. But the experts will tell you the key to quitting is preparation. So we thought it might be a great time to revisit James Tobin's story about giving up smoking.
As humans, we're creatures of habit. Some are good for us, like rolling out of bed and doing our morning exercise, and some are not so good. But when it comes to changing the bad ones, it can be tough because they become so ingrained, even when we know some are doing us all harm and no good. Take this habit, for instance. Why would you keep doing this if you know it does this to us? We're talking about smoking. We know we shouldn't do it. Science tells us we shouldn't do it, but yet it's so hard to quit. In Australia, our numbers were on the decline, but alarmingly, according to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, the numbers have plateaued, bucking the trend of most other countries in the world. So besides the obvious addictive presence of nicotine, why is smoking so addictive, and what can we do to stop it? In 2015, 2.5 million Australians aged 15 years and over admitted to smoking every single day. But on the bright side, 5 million Aussies had managed to quit. So I thought we'd take a deeper dive into the world of habits and addiction and why people smoke. What is habit and what is addiction and what is the difference?
Okay, well, with smoking, both factors play a role. So habit involves learned patterns of behaviour that are practiced over time and become strong reinforcing patterns for regular use. But the main driver of addiction with smoking is the withdrawal syndrome. So when smokers don't have a cigarette for a while, they miss it because their brain is saying, where's my nicotine? I need the nicotine to function properly.
So, according to Dr. Mendelsohn, smoking's insidious hold on people works in two ways at once. Firstly, our brains become addicted to the nicotine contained in tobacco. But at the same time, the physical act of smoking also becomes something our brain craves.
It's different for everyone, particularly for women. It's about the habit. They smoke for different reasons. There are genetic issues, there are social and behavioural issues. For men, it's much more about the nicotine, and they have more of a reward from the effect of the drug in the brain.
In 2018, the argument against smoking is irrefutable. Tobacco smoke contains over 70 different chemicals that cause cancer. Surprisingly, just stopping, known as cold turkey, is still Australia's most common method of quitting. But with just over 17% of Aussie smokers over the age of 14 managing to kick the habit, alternative methods are gaining popularity. Hypnotherapy works with the subconscious to weaken the desire to smoke. The age-old art of acupuncture focuses on specific points aimed at reducing withdrawal symptoms. However, science-based nicotine replacement therapies like patches, chewing gum and tablets work to minimise people's physical discomfort and, according to the Australian Health Department, have the potential to increase a smoker's chance of successfully quitting by 200%.
So when someone is addicted to smoking, they get the withdrawal symptoms, and it's very important that they can relieve the cravings when they occur. So when smokers get that craving relief, they are more likely to quit for good.
Nicotine therapies like this mouth spray benefit your lungs because the smoking has stopped and they're designed to wean your brain off the nicotine itself.
One canister replaces up to 150 cigarettes. Now, that is a much better option than smoking cigarettes.
However, while nicotine replacement works for the physical addiction, breaking the psychological dependency on the habit of smoking is a mental challenge in itself. Callan Black is 31 and has been a big smoker since he was just 13 years old. 6 weeks ago, he finally quit after a big wake-up call.
I just had pneumonia. I had to have a needle in the side of my lung and fluid drawn out. And I was there, sat there. I even had my hospital bracelet on. I'm sat on the balcony smoking 2-3 fags, one after the other, coughing until I was nearly sick. And yeah, I said to myself, what are you doing?
Yes, good question.
Yeah.
On average, Callan smoked about 25 cigarettes a day. But while he's been managing his physical withdrawals, today he's trying something called Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT, to combat the psychological habit of 18 years of smoking.
Because addictions and smoking is underpinned by anxiety, when we're actually tapping, we're helping to reprogram the brain's longer-term memory to recognise that whatever it is that is actually causing us stress is no longer a threat.
And so, while Callan taps his way to a nicotine-free life, I thought I'd leave the last word to Dr. Mendelsohn.
So most smokers who succeed have tried and failed a number of times. But each time you try, you do learn something, and it gets easier over time.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I hope that's helped everybody start on their path to quitting. Interesting in terms of its addictiveness, more so than cocaine, heroin and alcohol, the dreaded ciggies.
It's really, really hard to give up. I have a huge amount of compassion for people who are trying to quit smoking.
I'm with you.
But, Gerald, there are things that can help.
Yes, there are. Look, mostly you've just got to prepare well and work on it. It's not something you can just stop in most people's case, straight away. But there's two aspects. The people who are long-term smokers who want to stop. The real concern at the moment are the people younger who are starting to smoke again. Those rates are starting to rise, it appears.
That is alarming.
Stats are good in that since the early 90s it's nearly halved, but we've got to watch the young ones that don't get
Is that e-cigarettes?
You know,
well, that helps.
I think that you need to be kind to yourself too, though. If you try to quit and you fail, don't decide that that's it, I'm a smoker now.
Yeah.
Give it another go, because sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 times
or more
at giving it a go, and you get there in the end. It's a fantastic Christmas present for your kids.
Yes.
If you decide to give up smoking. Good luck. We'll be back with our favourite 2018 stories right after this break.
Welcome back to the House of Wellness. Now, over the years, Zoe, your nutritious to delicious recipes have had something for everyone.
Look, I really tried to look at them, whether you're young or old, you're a meat eater, you're vegetarian. I wanted to get a range of options for everyone, but one dish was particularly popular with a select group of viewers. This is my little Christmas gift to expecting mums. Today's meal has enough goodness in it for two. With that plant-based source of protein superfood, spirulina. Let's begin by making a spirulina guacamole with avocado, crushed garlic, lemon juice and olive oil, coriander and 1 teaspoon of spirulina powder. Then blend to a thick paste. Now for our dressing with beetroot, cashews, lemon juice, marine collagen and olive oil blended till smooth. Then onto a bed of brown rice with spinach. You assemble a collection of beautiful veggies with egg and salmon, along with a sprinkle of turmeric, toasted nuts and seeds. So delicious, and that's my expectant mum nutrient bowl.
And I tried it too. I mean, I have nothing to report to you all, but it's delicious. But oh so good for mums with bubs on the way. And I know Willow's like 9 now, isn't she?
Wow.
What was your diet like? Can you remember back when you were pregnant with her? Were you a role model?
Look, I really did try to be on top of my diet and eat always fresh fruits and vegetables, but I don't eat dairy normally, but I had the most insane cravings for chocolate milkshake. I had about 3 a day. Chocolate milkshake.
Does that mean she's lacking in calcium or needs calcium?
Look, it's a very sensitive time hormone-wise, Bianca, and everybody's different. And people who have never looked at sardines will suddenly think, you know, I could have sardines on toast. Quite bizarre.
What about the dirt? I've heard some mums who crave dirt.
That can happen. Yeah, there's a medical term for that, but not so common.
And as always, Zoe's delicious recipes and lots more great information can be found at houseofwellness.com.au. You can even get in contact with GQ here. He's got so much great advice for living healthy and happy.
OK, now, time for the A to Z of vitamins. Of course, during summer, we're all very busy. We're out in the house, we're out in the garden. I sound like a cautious dad, don't I? Our chances of grazing ourselves or even getting a burn maybe from the barbie are much higher. So, Gerald, I was just kind of wondering if there's any natural products we could use maybe to help, maybe as a first aid choice even.
I want to talk, Ed, about super honey.
OK.
So this is honey from a tree, the jarrah tree, which is the eucalypt, Western Australia. 1,000 years old, Joe, just because I know you like to know how old things are.
Right, so
but this particular tree only flowers every 2 years. So it's really, really concentrated honey.
Wow.
So it has a slightly different taste. It's more a caramel type taste.
Right.
So you've a bit of an acquired taste, but it has a remarkable antibacterial activity.
So there's Manuka honey, and then there's this. So how do they differ? Like, is this, because I use a little bit of Manuka honey in my food, is this something that I can add to my food, or is it purely medicinal?
Yeah, it has a different taste, Zoe, but it can be certainly used in any food.
What does it taste like?
Caramel.
Oh, okay.
Caramelised because it's
it doesn't have that sort of medicinal taste that Manuka does?
Okay.
It's not as sweet.
And it's not a new discovery. I just I just but is it safe to use with kids?
Yes, it is. Yes, so Indigenous people have been using this for years and years and years. But for wounds on children, ideal.
Really?
Because of its high antibacterial activity.
How fantastic. I mean, we always talk about reaching for Band-Aids, getting pills for things. Now, honey is an option.
Yes.
It's certainly in play. There's the Manuka version as well, isn't there?
So we're talking here about killing bacteria, bad bacteria. Does it beautifully.
Great advice. Thank you as always. The A to Z of vitamins brought to us by Barnes Naturals. Barnes Naturals only use nature's purest ingredients to craft their range of naturally active health food.
Thank you so much, Gerald. Now, don't go away. There's more House of Wellness on this Christmas Eve.
Santa's coming.
Woohoo!
Welcome back, everyone. It's Christmas Eve. We're all so excited. And so I think it's rather timely. Our house hero we've chosen to revisit absolutely sums up the spirit of the occasion.
I get satisfaction out of it to think that I'm helping, and as I think that's back from doing it for my mum and things. I enjoy doing it.
Australia's volunteer workforce is a crucial element in our social fabric. Therese McCauley is one of those volunteers.
I had 4 healthy children and grandchildren coming, and I thought, you know, I needed to do things, I get a bit weepy, I do things for other people because my mother was always doing things for other people, and I think that was how we were brought up, to help other people, look after people that are less fortunate than yourself.
In 2009, Therese joined the SES.
The SES, I just thought, well, I was going to join that for just help them when they have the fires, you know, maybe prep some food or do some things like that. And I went along to the meeting, and they, you know, sort of, I ended up signing up and came home and said to my husband, I think I've joined.
Before she knew it, Therese was part of the rescue team, working to save lives and property.
But it's funny, I used to wait my husband and say, I'm going. He said, do you have to go? It's a bit wet out there, or it's a bit dangerous. I said, well, that's what I joined to do.
In 2015, a freak tornado wrought havoc on Kurnell.
There was trees down in streets, and there was boats sitting in trees and things. It was amazing. And I think everyone enjoys it. It gets the reward out of actually being out there helping people.
Therese also volunteers to help our senior citizens maintain their gardens.
Because I used to garden with Mum in the last few years, and when I did see the ad, and I thought, well, I wouldn't mind doing that. It was like doing it for my mum in a way, and that's and it helped me. Even though, a few years ago that my mother had died, it helped me to sort of help somebody else, help another older lady.
Oh, that is such a beautiful story. And Therese is amazing for helping all of those other people. But do you know what? That it's actually scientifically proven that doing things for other people makes you feel good. In fact, people who suffer with depression and mental health issues, one of the things they say, go and volunteer, help other people. It really shifts your mood and it keeps you young.
Wow.
So we know at Christmas time a lot of people are doing it tough. What a great way to get out there and feel great by helping other people.
Yeah, message. Exactly. It's wonderful, guys. Yeah. All righty. Well, Christmas is all about giving.
Yes,
isn't it? So I went out shopping a little bit earlier on, and I want you to remember that you haven't seen these gifts that we might have seen.
Oh, yes, total surprise.
So let's just trust that you all went through NIDA and graduated as wonderful actors and actresses. Okay. Why don't we start? I've got a beautiful box for you, Bianca. I want you to open up and look surprised.
Wow! Oh, they are really beautiful. gorgeous packaging.
Byron candles. And look,
And do you know what? I do love decorating a house, so
Oh,
these are going to go perfect around mine.
I got you 4, and you like open one, have a little smell because
Very thoughtful.
it brings back the sense of Byron as we learnt earlier in the week. Our noses are so strong and evocative.
And this is beautiful. Lemongrass and ginger.
I love lemongrass.
Beautiful. 4 candles for you.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Ed.
Good choice.
Okay, Zoe Bingley-Pullin, something for you into your mystery box here. Merry Christmas.
Thank
The
you,
last
Jan.
hours of Christmas Eve ticking down, everyone.
Yay. Who doesn't love makeup?
Oh, there we go.
Makeup, makeup, makep.
I will use all my makeup, said no girl ever. I read that on Instagram.
Never have enough.
Nice. So there you go.
Gorgeous,
They look
thank
stunning
you.
for
And
your
natural. I like these products.
Beautiful
Okay.
brushes. Oh, they're stunning.
Joe Stanley, let's go to you. I've got a couple of boxes here, no expense spared, so...
This one?
Yeah.
Let's do this one. I wanted exactly this.
This is the Oral-B Rose Gold.
Oh, rose gold.
Oh, my God. Smartest
Fancy.
toothbrush.
Do you know why I want it rose gold? So my husband knows which is his and which is mine. Oh, it's so gross. He comes in, I'm like, my toothbrush is already wet.
Oh,
Who's
no.
been using it?
No.
Isn't that foul?
It's got colours on there,
That's gross.
They reckon this is the smartest toothbrush in the world, right? So there's a little connector there. You stick that on your mirror with your phone. It's got an app. And as you're brushing, your toothbrush talks to your phone and the app and shows you which parts of your mouth you're brushing.
That is crazy.
That is the coolest thing ever.
I know.
Is
So
it one
it's-
for kids?
Oh, well, they
Oh, my
just change the
God.
toothbrush head.
She is not allowed
There
to
you
use
go.
this.
Now, I thought of Willow as well, so she'll be getting excited right about now.
Oh, she will be bouncing out of her skin right about now. Oh, this is amazing. She's going to love this. So we've
These
got...
are the sweet lip smackers, right? We've got the lippy pack, we've
that's
got the jewellery
awesome.
hair braider
Cute
set under there as
are they?
well. So those
Hair
little beads can
braider
go
set.
flying all around your
Oh,
house.
and those beads are just great for me to stand on in the middle of the night in bare feet. Terrific.
You know the scale, don't you? There's pain, extreme pain, and stepping on a bead. Ouch.
It's true.
All right, so that's for Willow. I hope she enjoys
Oh, thanks.
those.
That's gorgeous.
Last but least,
Oh,
not least, for my wonderful friend Gerald Quigley. Open that up,
Thank
please.
you,
I got you a little delightful.
Oh, an ear and nose trimmer.
Fantastic. There we go.
Tell me something.
That's courtesy of Braun, and also to trim up that.
Trim up my sideboards.
Fantastic stuff.
You'd like one of these, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Don't re-gift it just yet. Guys, Merry Christmas to you all. We're going to settle into enjoying the last hours of Christmas Eve. I want to thank everyone for watching us this year, and of course to our friends at Chemist Warehouse as well. We all, sincerely, from the sofa here, hope you have a great Christmas. Yes. We'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
La 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 la.